Hi students, I hope all are fine. So today we will learn a new unit, we'll enter a new unit, and in the unit we shall learn about a small little girl. The name of the chapter that we are going to learn is The Little Girl, written by Catherine Mansfield. So who is Catherine Mansfield? Okay, her original name is Kathleen Mansfield Murray. She is from New Zealand. Okay, she is a New Zealand writer. She is a short story writer. Okay, her original name is Kathleen Mansfield Murray, and she is a short story writer. She writes the stories under the pen name Catherine Mansfield. Okay, that's all about the author. And we have, from the name we shall understand, or we can understand, that this particular chapter is about a small girl. Okay, about a small girl, about her fear towards her father, which turns out to be some other qualities which she would cherish till she dies. So we shall see why she fears her father and what changes come into her as the days go by. So before we learn the chapter, just read this. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reason for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. Okay, now what we feel is that our parents, they do things for our betterment. Okay, sometimes if you go to catch a flame of fire, your parents will tell you not to catch that. There is a value behind it. Why they say that you should not touch the fire? So you will feel that a fire is burning, it is very nice and it's so colorful, and you may feel like touching the fire. If you touch the fire, what will happen? You will feel that, okay, this fire will hurt you. Okay, it will burn your finger, it will give you burning sensation. So you will feel that once you touch the fire, you will feel, okay, it is painful to touch the fire, but your parents have already told you not to touch the fire. It may be attractive and so on, but you should not touch the fire. So those are certain restrictions which our parents give us when we are small. Okay, they know about things better. That's the reason why our parents tell us not to do certain things. Okay, as we grow up, we understand that our parents tell us these things because they have experienced it. They have experienced, and they are saying all these things for our betterment. And this story is about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding, will probably find an echo in every home, isn't it? So this story is about a little girl. She is very much frightened because of her father. Her father was very a stout man, and she fears her father. Okay, and we will see towards the end of this chapter, this little girl's fear turns into understanding. So we shall carry on with the chapter. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to watch to which she responded with "Goodbye, father," and oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." Okay, what we see in this first paragraph is about the little girl. She feels so much of relief when her father leaves home for work, and she feels so much of happiness when the carriage which carries her father, that noise grows smaller and smaller. She feels so much of happiness because she was so much of frightened about her father. And in the evening, when her father comes back, she feels so much of fear. And when she hears her father's noise, she feels so much of fear. When her father tells her mother to bring the tea or where the paper is, so she hears all that and she feels frightened. Kezia, mother would call to her. Kezia is the name of the little girl. If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Slowly, the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Okay, so when the father tells her mother to remove her boots, her mother calls to Cassia, calls to the little girl and tells her, my good girl, come down and remove the boots from your father's legs. And this little girl would come very slowly like that. And when she reaches, she would see that her father was wearing a spectacle. And after that, what would happen? Her father was looking at her, and that look alone will cause fear in her. He was looking at her in that manner, with a frightful manner. So she feels more frightened. And, well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? Don't know, father. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will take you to the doctor. Okay, so this little girl was frightened. Okay, for us also, if you are frightened, words won't come in a flow, isn't it? So it's like that. This girl, when she reaches in front of her father asks her to remove the boot and ask her whether she was a good girl, to which she responded in a stuttering manner, with breaking of sounds. That is the meaning of a stuttering. So it was not in a flow. Her response came not in a flow. So her father tells, okay, if you are stuttering, what will happen? Your mother will take you to the doctor. Then she never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with the father, because she was trying so hard to say the words properly. Okay, so what happens is, when she was only frightened of her father, and when she speaks to her father, she stutters only with her father. And we know why, because she was frightened of the father. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about, mother? I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Cassia, carry my teacup back on the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. So to this child, her father asked, okay, what is the matter? Okay, why are you looking so wretched? Wretched means so unhappy. Then he asked his mother, okay, the father asked his mother whether she was on the brink of suicide, means she was about to commit suicide. Then he gives her his teacup to take it to the table. And Cassia thinks about her father. He was so big, his hands and his neck, everything was very big, and his mouth was so big. when he yawned. Okay, she was thinking about that, and she thought, okay, thinking about her father is like thinking about a giant. So she was thinking about that. Then on Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stay so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. Okay, what happened on Sundays? It used to be holidays, isn't it? So what happened on Sundays? On Sunday afternoons, her grandmother would send this little girl to speak with her father and mother. So with all the fear that she has, this little girl was moving like that. And when he reaches her father and mother, she sees her mother reading the newspaper, and her father sleeping on the cushion. Okay, sleep. So what happened? The little girl could not speak, and after some time she would sit there, and after some time when her father gets up, he asks for the time. And when her father gets up again, the little girl was frightened. She was thinking the father would do something. So what she was thinking was, it was reflecting in her face. So the father asked her, why are you staring like that? Why are you looking at me like that? Okay, you are now looking like a brown owl. So father was telling all of that. Then one day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion with a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So what happened? Everything was fine. It was moving like that. This little girl was frightened of her father. And what happened? One day she was in the house with cold, and her grandmother came and told her that, okay, your father's birthday is coming. It's on the next week, and what you should do is you have to prepare and give a pin cushion as a gift for your father with a piece of yellow silk. So that's a birthday gift the grandmother asked her to prepare for her father. Okay, now we understood that this little girl is frightened of her father. Even though she wants to speak, words do not come like that. Words, she used to stutter, and her father, thinking of her father, was like a thinking about a giant. So she was thinking all that. And what happened one day, her grandmother came and told her that, okay, your father's birthday is coming and you have to prepare a gift for him. I think that's enough for today. We shall see next what happens next in the next class. Before we wind up, okay, this is a picture of the father sleeping and the mother reading newspaper, and little girl simply like that, sitting, standing like that and staring at them. Okay, so we have certain vocabularies to understand. What you need to do is write it 3 times, all these vocabularies, and learn it by heart. A figure to be feared. Okay, a person to be feared. Slip down, come down quietly and unwillingly. Then given it up, stopped doing it. Wretched means unhappy. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. And we have a worksheet. Okay, there are 6 questions. Okay, these are very simple questions. You need to go through the passage and write the answers for these questions, like what is the name of the girl, what was the gift to be prepared. So all those are the questions. So just read the questions. These are very simple questions. You will be able to understand it once you read this, and once you go through the passage you will be able to find the answers. I hope it is clear. Thanks to everyone, and bye.